Alright, here we go. We're setting him free. We're letting him back into the wild, I figure. It's time. It's time we just set this dog loose. Set him free. Let him go. Alright, bye Max. Bye. Huh? I thought you wanted to be set free. I thought you wanted to be... I thought you wanted your emancipation. You don't want emancipation? I said be free. Get out of here, dog. Get out of here. Go. Go. I'm gonna miss you. I love you. Get out of here. Just go. Just go. No, he won't go. He will not do it. Yep, see, upside down and everything, he still won't do it. Go run in the grass. Go on, quit freaking with me. You're off the leash, by God. That's what you've always wanted. You've always wanted to just be let off the leash so you can go run through the grass, and you're not doing it. You're freaking bugging me. Hey there, welcome to Indiana. Welcome to the trucks only rest stop in Indiana. And I don't mean it's the only trucks only rest stop in Indiana. It's just a trucks only rest stop in Indiana. Just I don't know, probably 20 miles across the state line here from Illinois, of course. So we just made pretty good time since we made our last stop over at the largest truck stop in the world, TA, over there in Iowa. And I figured, all right, I guess it's about time. We made it through the havoc of I-80 south of Chicago, and it was havoc too. There was like, you know, a right lane bottleneck into the left lane just before the bridge, going over the river before you get into like, and that's like right there in like Joliet. So that was a big messy slowdown. And so we got over the river, we got over the bridge, and we got into that area that's just south of Chicago there. I guess between, you know, between Joliet and, you know, whatever, Portage, you know, which is I think where we are right now. And and there was like accidents or stuff going on in both directions, in eastbound and westbound, and so it was just a big sloppy wet mess. Well, it wasn't wet, but it was a sloppy mess of rubberneckers and stuff. So, but we made it through, and we just made our way onto the Indiana Tollway. And got through our easy pass lane without anybody blocking our way, which is nice. I was actually really surprised we found our own private lane to go through that nobody seemed to figure out that was there. It was all the way over on the right. It's funny, people they really are, you know, you really can kind of you know, consider people as sheep. They really they follow the herd, right? And so, you know, but there are those of us who just don't have that kind of mentality in our, you know, in our nature, and we look for the other way around, right? And there's that one way open lane. It was all the way off to the right, and I was like, yep, here I go. And got around that little mess, and then we saw this. And I figured, you know what? It's been, you know, 3 hours, 4 hours or something since we've been going, so we pulled off. Figured I'd get Max off the leash. It's this big, massive parking lot, right? It's huge. Here, I'll show you how big this rest area is for trucks only, right? Because we're over on the very end. I actually drove all the way down to the end just to get away from anybody. Well, no, I drove down here to get to the grass. But see how big this freaking lot is? It's pretty huge. You could like, this is almost as big as the biggest truck stop in the world. The largest truck stop in the world. Like, you could park almost as many trucks here as you could there. Damn near. That's a big freaking lot. Look how little those trucks look from way back here, right? Yeah, it's huge. It's so big. Oh my gosh. I mean, I've seen bigger though. I've seen bigger. And there we are, of course. So, and here we are. And here's Max. He's doing what Max does. Looking for masks. Nope, I don't see any masks out here. Probably just a bunch of ticks though. What are you doing, Mask? 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 Mask, what are you doing? He's like, yeah. See, he'll respond to it, no problem. And he does have a mask, kind of. Just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yep. So anyways, there you go. And there's me, and there I am. Hey. I always try to look like Jesus by putting my head right in front of the sun. You know what I mean? Wait, let's see. How can we get it? You know, like in all the paintings, right? You know, his head is always in front of the sun. No, not so much. I am no Jesus. Okay, well we're gonna goof off a little bit here and in private, and then get back at it. So, as I said, welcome to Indiana. The time is now. Here, look, watch. The time is now. Let me see how many fingers between the horizon and the sun. I'd call that about 6 p.m. 5:30, 6 p.m. I bet you it's something like that. Let me see if I can find out on my phone right now. Oh my God, that's pretty good, Kel. 5:51 p.m. local. That's pretty good. That's not bad. You can tell by the size of my shadow, yeah. Well, the slender man. Watch. It doesn't work so good. Gotta go. See ya. Okay, here we go. Ready? Go get it. Could you even see that? Bring here, Max. Come on. Frisbee. Attaboy. Good job, buddy. Good job. There we go. Let's do it again. I don't know where it went. I couldn't see it. It's funny, this Frisbee actually like whistles when you throw it into the wind. It's funny. Oop, nope, mine. I got it. There we go. Ready? There it is. Good boy. Good boy. Ah, what a good boy. Let go. Let go. Let go. Ready? Yep, fun stuff. Good boy. That's a good boy. Let go. Drop it. Here we go. Kind of into the wind sideways. I don't know if I caught it on. I don't know if I got it or not. Give it. Try to zoom it in here. There it is. All right, see ya. Okay then. Well, that was fun. Yep, it sure was. It's nice to be able to take the time like that and actually make our little rest stops enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like, so, and there's two contributing factors to that. The first and the main one of which is him going for longer distances without needing to stop. That right there is just him, maturing, getting older, and growing, expanding the size of his bladders, right? His patience. And the second contributing factor is having a little spare time between point A and point B, between pickup and delivery, which we kind of do and we kind of don't on this one. It's like just yesterday, the boss called me saying, well, you're going to have to take your 34-hour reset break the day after today. And he gave me kind of like instructions on how he wanted me to operate, how he wanted me to shut down early last night and then just drive out my hours today and then do my reset, starting. My reset would start at the end of my shift today, my 34-hour reset. Then he calls me just a little while ago saying, oh, well, it looks like you're going to get time back after today anyways. So you should be able to keep driving the whole way, right? So it's kind of like, in any event, we have extra time. We have 34 hours of extra time. Because he planned that into this haul, I guess, kind of. I mean, I don't know. Well, let me do the math myself, so that way I know what the hell I'm talking about here. So today's the 1st, and it's now 6:12 in the evening. We deliver 9 p.m. the day after tomorrow, on the 3rd. Right? I have 4 hours of drive left for today, which means I can get about 2,800 or 280 miles. We'll call it 250 more miles. I have 790 remaining, so we'll call that 800. So we'll have 550 left tomorrow, right? We'll have 550 miles left by the end of the day, and we'll have 2 days to do it. That's a lot of spare time. That's a good chunk of spare time. So that's what I'm saying. We got 2 contributing factors into making our rest stops far more enjoyable than they have been in the past, and those are the ones I just stated. So it makes it really nice. It really does. Especially when you get over here out of the desert. You get over here to this side of the country that is not desert, and it's just everywhere you go. It's just beautiful, green grass. Warm temperatures now. Finally, we're out of the winter, basically. So, yep. Things are coming to fruition, I guess. In that sense of, we've gone from this puppy is driving me mad, I must be out of my mind to have gotten a dog, to, oh, you never know. That's where I'm at now. I'm kind of like, well, let's ride this out. Let's see how this plays out. Let's keep going. When he peed on my bed the other day, I figured that was it. I was like, that's it. That is the deal breaker. When he did that, that one got me, but that too shall pass, I figure. All I gotta do is just wash my bedding. I turned the sheets the opposite way, so where the V is down by the bottom, by where my feet go, the pee parts. And and it's just pee, it's just puppy pee. It's no different than, when a child, pees his bed, and you got to get up in the middle of the night, flip over his mattress and stuff like that. It's the same kind of thing, and you put him back in the bed. So whatever. It's just puppy pee. I'm over it. It was just more the nature of the fact that he kind of like almost did it intentionally. Is the way it felt. Like, I'm gonna be on your bed just because you're an asshole. And I'm like, yeah, all right, you're an asshole too. I'll get rid of you. temperature, 81 degrees. Told you my miles left, 789. Elevation, 838. Time, 616. And told you the state, Indiana. And I believe we may still be in Portage. Let's take a look here. Well, close. La Porte. So, see if we passed Portage yet or not. I think so. I'm pretty sure we passed Portage. Yeah, we passed Portage a ways back. A little ways back. Probably about 10 miles ago. Yep. So there you go. That's it for now. We'll see you in a minute. Well, hey there. Welcome back. Good evening to you. And greetings now from, let's see if I can get something specific. And it's not going to give me anything specific, but greetings to you from Ohio. I-80 eastbound, of course. Somewhere just north of Swan Creek Township. As we, let's see, kind of encroach ourselves upon Springfield, Toledo kind of area. Across the state line, oh, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes ago. That sounds about right. Something like that. And I did say Ohio, right? I think. Yeah, something like that. So we're about, it looks like 15 miles from Toledo. So, yeah. So there's your little update. The time is now 9:42 in the PM locally. Temperature has dropped down to 64 degrees, but it is a very comfortable and kind of warm 64 degrees, as I still have the AC on in here on kind of a medium setting to remain comfortable. Let's see here, what mile marker do we got right here? We got, okay, well there we go, mile marker 43, so we're a little bit further inside. Well, what did I say? I said 20 or 30 minutes ago, right? So that's about right. Mile marker 43 over 6. So 43 miles inside the state of Ohio. That's official. That is official. And, so yeah, we're just cruising along. We're actually playing it cool and actually doing the speed limit over here. We, we go through Indiana there, and Indiana's got the truck speed limit set at 65. So we do the best we can with that, and then exit the toll plaza there into Ohio. And we get to hammer down a little bit, but I saw a lot of troopers out there in Indiana, so I figure we'll go ahead and just kind of play it low key on the speed here in Ohio. Of course, this speed limit right here says 50, and I'm doing 70, so I probably ought to slow down. It's a work zone speed limit. There's some, yeah, there must be work area coming up here. Yes, work zone. Fines double. Yeah, double. Friggin', man, I'll tell you something. And I was going back and forth with a guy on the radio about this. So we were going through Indiana there, and it's just, Indiana is just freaking like the cone zone state, you know? It is the cone zone state, man, and it's like, and I remember this from last summer going through Indiana along different interstates. It's like every freaking other, like 2 miles, you got another fucking work zone, and there's typically nothing being done, right? And so, you know, so you get it. There's this guy, there's another driver out there, and he's, you know, know, he's eastbound also. And he's pissed. He's like, all these freaking goddamn cones everywhere, and there ain't enough work being done. And he's basically ranting on about the same stuff that I've been ranting on since last summer about it through Indiana. And it's true. It's like every 2 freaking miles, there's another freaking 55 mile an hour or 45 mile an hour lane closure, speed reduction for a fucking work zone where there's nobody doing nothing. So, you know, it ain't just me, right? It's just I've gotten to the point where it's like, whatever, it is what it is. You just got to go through it. So, so I chime in, you know, after we'd gone on for a little bit about it, and I says, yeah, shit, I'm in the wrong business. I should get out of the trucking business and get into the cone, you know, the orange cone business, right? Well, here comes a third driver, right, who was listening in and decided to privy us to some information, and you know where he got the source of his information, I don't know. but what he said, and I responded to him, I said, as odd as that sounds, I actually believe it. What he said was, yeah, well, the governor's wife in Indiana owns all the orange cones in Indiana, right? I mean, because, yeah, somebody owns them, right? Of course, right? Somebody is invested, you know, I mean, that's what I was saying. It's like, I should be in the orange cone making business, right? And I'd be rich, right? So obviously, you know, you get, you know, the government gets contracts, right? Or, you know, a private entity gets a contract with the government to produce X amount of orange cones, right? And then they become the property of the state, right? Well, it turns out, he says, that the governor's wife of Indiana is actually the one who owns those cones. She, like, as if to say, she put her own or their own money in to the cones. And he says that's why they're all over the place out here, but there's no work being done, right? So then what can they do? Oh, well, then they can do the speed reduction and nab you for speeding and charge you double fines. You know what I'm saying? That's the freaking shit that goes on, I'm telling you. You know, that's the shit that we're dealing with, you know, is a bunch of freaking crooked ass freaking people, man, who are in places of power that they should not be, you know. So, you know, I mean, whatever. You know, whatever his source was for getting that information, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he said. And like I told him, I said, as crazy, as odd as that sounds, I actually believe it. I actually can believe it. You know, because that's the way these motherfuckers work. You know, they do shit like that, right? So, no, they don't. Yes, they do. You got people in prison for doing some bad stuff, right? You got all kinds of people with, like, you know, tattooed people and stuff sitting in prison for doing the wrong thing. What, you think that people who are rich don't ever do the wrong thing? Don't break, you know, don't do shit that is not, you know, moral or ethical, you know, or criminal in nature? Hell yes, they do. Right? You think they don't, there's nobody in government that does that stuff? Hell yes, there is. And that's the problem. But of course, to them, see, it's all one giant corporation, right? And the laws are the laws of the corporation. That's why they call them policies and not laws, right? And then they expect you to abide by those policies, not the laws. Anyways, that's getting into a whole nother, Shark Tank right there, you know what I mean? So, I'm not going to go all there right now. What I am going to do, though, is we have an hour and 28 minutes left of available drive time for today's shift. And so I need to start looking for a place to pull off. But so what I figure I'll go ahead and do, being that we got all these beautiful orange cones all over the frickin' place, even here in Ohio, they're just there. no work being done, as you can see, but we are restricted to 50 miles an hour. Okay, it's a 70-mile-an-hour state. They got us doing 50 because there's cones out. That's not bullshit. There's no work being done out here. It's just cones out. That's all. Right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and throw you into a nighttime warp drive, hyperdrive. We're gonna call the night one. We're gonna call that warp drive. We call the daytime one hyperdrive. We're gonna call this warp drive. I believe it's 45 seconds to 1. So it'll be zipping by here. It probably won't be very long because I only have an hour and a half left. So, but we're gonna do it nonetheless, and then we'll close this video off with either that or with wherever it is that we land. So in any event, I hope you all are doing well. We will see you somewhere down the road. Enjoy. All right, well then, well, hey there, eh? Well then, eh? Looks like we finally made it to our final rest place for the night, eh? Come on, Mix. Come on, you little guy. Oh, and it's a real darn tootin' nice place, eh? Oh, wait a minute. We got a truck coming through here, eh? And little Max and I, Max, back it up. Sorry. Little Max and I, we're gonna go walk up the way here and see if there's any other parking areas that might be a little bit nicer than the one we got. All right, I'll stop. Yeah, so we made it over here to Vermillion. I think it's called Vermillion Service Plaza, out here on the Ohio Turnpike. So this is where we're going to be calling it a night. Yeah, there's other parking spots up here. It's just we want to find one near grass. That's that's the main thing. We just need to find one that's near grass. And it'd be nice if I don't, like, we want to be close to grass for him, but we want to be near the service plaza for me. You see what I'm saying? So therein lies a conflict of interest. Come on, Max, come on. We're gonna take a look here. Pretty big. I think it's got like 120 spots or something like that. And this Max is being a freaking terrorist. Yeah, he's being a freaking spaz, true to form. Come on. Yeah, I think we're just gonna stay hunkered down in the spot we got. we don't want to move over here where it could be, where it's not so warm. Oh, Max is taking a dump right here in the middle of the freaking road. So that's what you were barking about. That's such a shit about. Like literally, he was being a shit because he had to take a shit. Excuse the French. Or as I always say, don't excuse the French. The French are assholes. Come on, Mac. He just took a dump right there in the middle of the driveway. That's all right. A couple of trucks roll right over it, and it'll be as if it never existed. All right, anyways, gotta go. Hope you all are doing well. I truly do. And we will see you somewhere down the road. So take care. See ya.